So I have these friends who, for whatever reason, are seeking enlightenment and or a deeper spiritual meaning about what their life is, what it means. For example, I have a friend who has gone to the Amazon jungle to take ayahuasca, which is a powerful hallucinogen, and it takes you on a spiritual journey, and you discover a lot about yourself and face a lot of your demons. And I think it's really admirable, actually. I admire that someone goes to such lengths to discover themselves, and discovering yourself is something that's super important to me, as you know if you watch some of my other videos. And I also have another friend in America who does these 48-hour fasts, and he discovers things about himself during this time, which is great. He gets great insights into who he is as a person and what he wants to do with his life and what's important to him. Myself, when I was about 17, and I'm how old am I? 32. I'm 32. I had to think about it. When I was 17, I took magic mushrooms, I took acid, I took speed, ecstasy, cocaine, not all at once, just experimenting with this stuff. And especially through magic mushrooms, psychedelic sage was another one. Especially magic mushrooms, I discovered a few things about reality which I find quite fascinating. And the way I describe it is that it opened doors in my mind. Some doors were locked and you unlock them, and once they're unlocked, they stay unlocked. You can access them at any time. Other doors can only be opened during that drug state, supposedly, right? Now, this sort of enhancement, expansion of my mind didn't happen again until sort of more recently, where I read this book called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And it sounds funny, you think, like, how is getting rich have anything to do with consciousness? Actually, it has a lot to do with consciousness, because money is a form of energy, and it creates this form of abundance. Okay, so money, which is really just an extension, is just energy, like love and everything else, comes in abundance when you have the right mindset, the right internal state. So I read this book and I literally felt my mind expand. I think they call it Satori, like a form of enlightenment, and I felt my mind expand outwards, and it was bizarre, man. When I felt it, I remember just driving along going, fuck, what is this? And it felt amazing. And so nothing sort of happened much after then. There was another book that sort of had a bit of an effect, The Four Agreements, which is an awesome book. And that's about the way we judge ourselves with the beliefs that have been handed down to us. And there's this part at the end of that book where it says, close your eyes and imagine that you are someone else. If you do this now, it probably won't work. It only seems to work at the end of the book, because your mind has, been mulling over these concepts. But you imagine that you're someone else, and you slowly open your eyes, and I saw this before they said it in the book. You see, not literally, but you see love coming out of the trees. You see love coming out of everything around you. How is that possible? How is that possible to see love? I mean, you don't visually see it. It's like you see the feeling of it. And I remember one time I was doing eckies with a friend, and they just kicked in, and we're driving along, and she was saying to me, wow, everything looks so shiny and new. Everything looks shiny and new. She kept saying this, it looks so new. And at the time I thought it was hilarious, like we laugh about it now. But what does that mean? What does it mean that everything looks shiny and new? It's exactly the same thing that I experienced after reading the 4 Agreements. When you open your eyes and you no longer are filtering your reality around you through false belief systems, you will see the pure beauty of life. You will see love. And it is the most abundant form of energy there is. And it flows through and out of everything. Everything. And in one of my other videos, I talk about that love is something you can't have. Love is not something that you can give or receive. Love is something that you become. Love is something that you can be. You become the resonation or resonance of this fucking energy itself. And you become abundance. And when you are in line with the resonance of love, the energy of love, you are in line with the universe. The entire universe is abundance. The entire universe is love. And so one of the effects of MDMA and ecstasy, besides flooding your brain with serotonin, is it gives you a feeling of being more connected. Now, isn't that funny that when you feel incredibly connected, that you also feel like everything's shiny and new, and you also feel an intense sense of love, and you connect easily with people? That's not an accident. Connecting with people is connecting with the universe. It's connecting with yourself. So, my original point is that although I admire these people for doing the things they're doing, the fasting, the ayahuasca, you know, I've got another friend who meditates on mushrooms. It's great. If that's what you need to do to discover your truth, to be connected to the universe, then do that. But you don't need to do it. They may need to do it for their situation. But I'm telling you, everything that you need to understand about the universe, everything that you need to get connected to, is all around you all the time. Right now. Watching this video, you watching this video, you're connecting to it. Hearing my words, hearing the concepts I'm talking about, you're doing it right now. You're connecting to it right now. So by all means, seek out external measures if you feel you need that. Sometimes people need that to push through the barrier, you know, to really connect with that deeper self, especially if they haven't. I've always been spiritual. I've always been philosophical since I was a fucking kid. You know, my mum said, "Oh, Luke, you're such an old soul." Yeah, I'm an old soul. I've been around for fucking ever. I'm not sure how many times. I don't really quantify it. I just know that I've been here before. Back again. It was fun, so I thought I'd come back. But that's it. Look for the connection in everyday life. Look for that feeling inside. Meditate. You know, do whatever you have to do to feel that, because everything you need is already here. Everything you need is already inside you. You just got to connect with it.